one of my fun, quirky, but very, very interesting programs. I was running a leadership program based on Gestalt practices within PricewaterhouseCoopers some 15, 20 years ago, can't remember exactly. And my co-leader in PwC said to me, you know, what we are talking about here reminds me of my tango that I'm learning about. I mean, I loved dancing. I'd done Sirach and salsa. And so the idea of dancing tango was really quite intriguing. So I said, well, can I come along and hear and speak to your tango teachers? She was delighted. We went and we had a couple of lessons, and they were so inspiring in talking about the nature of leadership and followership, and how we communicate through our bodies, our somatic engagement with the other. And this is the essence of tango. And after a couple of sessions, of course, I was hooked on tango, but my colleague and I decided that why don't we invite them to come and do a session for us on our leadership program, which we did. And that was wonderful. It was really fantastic to see how you could look at the connection, the non-verbal connection between the leader and the follower, and how we talk about in coaching. And in fact, one of the ICF descriptions of the standards is the dance of coaching. And tango is a wonderful metaphor, but also a wonderful practice. And I then developed both my tango experience and my understanding of leadership and integration with Gestalt. And then I was invited to a conference in the US integrating Gestalt and tango. And I thought, wow, this is an opportunity that I can't turn down. With a little bit of trepidation, I spoke to the original teachers that we'd had. I got some people together, did some practice, and found that it was very exciting and illuminating and insightful about how we connect. And in coaching, this is particularly applicable, how we connect in a non-verbal way. How do we, as a leader, invite the follower, give this space with our interventions to allow the follower to then do the moves in coaching, respond to the interventions in a way that's very creative. And the other real similarity is that in tango, each move is an improvisation. The leader makes a decision based on the music, the environment, the quality of connection, decides on a move, an intervention, proposes that to the follower. These all happens in a millisecond. The follower responds to that invitation, and then the move happens. The leader then creates another intervention based on the way the follower has responded and the music and everything else that's going on. So you see, it's a constant emergent play of leader and follower, taking into consideration the context, the system. In Gestalt, we call it the field of, in tango, it's the field of the music and the dance floor. In the coaching session, it's the field of the organization that the coachee is in. So all of these elements combine together, the Gestalt, the tango, the coaching. And over the years, I've evolved this into a sort of 1.5 hour workshop for conferences, into a 2-day event that really studies in depth these elements that I'm talking about. So I love, people will come to me 3 or 4 years later and say, do you remember that workshop you did at this conference? How fascinating that was, and the insight I got. I'd never really experienced that before. One or two people actually go on to dance tango, but very few. Most of them just really love the connection, the metaphor, the methodology, the insight that comes from bringing these elements together.